You have to see Tian Xuning's rock and photos right now, no filter, pure fire. The buzz on the Cannes red carpet never fails to electrify the entire entertainment world, but what truly hooks people and keeps them scrolling back for more isn't the glossy, heavily filtered perfection that floods our feeds. It's those brutally honest, high-definition raw shots where someone can actually stand their ground without crumbling under scrutiny. Tian Xuning's latest batch of unretouched raw live photos hit the internet like a quiet explosion, and within hours, they were everywhere, discussed, dissected, and straight-up celebrated. There's something almost rebellious about them, no over-the-top smoothing, no sneaky angle manipulation, just her bone structure, her unmistakable presence, and that effortless vibe laid bare in crystal-clear detail. Honestly, these images stopped me in my tracks. In an era where every celebrity moment feels engineered for maximum wow factor, seeing someone thrive in the unfiltered lens feels like a genuine breath of fresh air. It reminded me why I fell in love with fashion and red carpet culture in the first place, not the manufactured glamour, but the rare moments of real, unpolished authenticity that make you believe in the person behind the pose. Let me back up and explain exactly why these raw shots pack such a punch. We're talking about the kind of photography that doesn't give anyone an inch of mercy. High-resolution, straight-on, close-up captures that zoom in mercilessly on every single detail, skin texture, makeup precision, facial proportions, body lines, even the tiniest shifts in posture or expression. It's ruthless because it exposes everything the carefully curated press shots try to hide. Think about it, most red carpet looks look flawless in the official gallery shots because the lighting is perfect, the angles are chosen by pros, and post-production magic smooths away any imperfection. But throw that same person into raw, no-escape live photography, and suddenly the conversation changes. You start noticing whether the bone structure actually has depth and dimension, whether the energy feels alive and present rather than performative, whether the expression stays relaxed instead of frozen in that trying too hard smile, and whether the whole silhouette flows with natural harmony. Plenty of stars who dominate social media feeds start to look vulnerable under this kind of pressure. It's like the camera becomes a truth serum. That's precisely why Tian Xuning's set felt so refreshing to me. She didn't just survive the test, she owned it completely. Her presence flowed so naturally that it made me realize this is what red carpet moments should feel like, real, not rehearsed. It's the kind of standard that makes you pause and think, finally, someone who gets it. Looking closer at the visuals themselves, her styling choice was pure genius in its restraint. She went for that effortlessly refined minimalism that somehow feels both modern and timeless, perfectly in sync with Cannes romantic, sun-drenched elegance. The color palette was clean and sophisticated, nothing screaming for attention, yet everything radiating quiet luxury. The tailoring on the gown was sharp and architectural, creating long, elegant lines that made her frame look taller, more poised, and incredibly elongated without any forced corseting or awkward padding. But here's what really got me, it wasn't just the clothes. It was how she inhabited them. Her movements on the carpet weren't stiff or overly calculated. There was no visible tension in her shoulders, no desperate clutching at fabric to hold a pose. Instead, she carried the outfit with this relaxed command that let every clean line and structured detail shine through on its own. Her walk had this graceful, unhurried rhythm, confident without being showy, deliberate without being mechanical. Watching her shift from one spot to another felt like witnessing someone who truly understands the power of presence rather than performance. It made me reflect on how rare that quality is today. So many red carpet appearances feel like a checklist: hit the mark, strike the pose, deliver the perfect smile for the cameras. Tian Xuning seemed to bypass all of that. She was simply there, fully present, letting the moment breathe. That kind of quiet confidence honestly left a deep impression on me because it feels so much more powerful than any dramatic flourish. And then there are those intense close-up shots, the ones that really separate the good from the unforgettable. Her facial features come through with such crisp, natural clarity. The bone structure around her eyes and cheekbones has this refined elegance that doesn't need heavy contouring or forced symmetry to stand out. Everything flows in soft, harmonious lines, no sudden distortions when the angle shifts slightly, no awkward flattening that plagues so many filtered images. Her skin looked genuinely luminous and translucent in that raw light, free from the telltale signs of heavy editing or last-minute touch-ups. You could see the natural texture, the subtle glow that comes from good skincare and genuine vitality rather than digital perfection. What struck me personally the most, though, was her overall energy and expression. In raw photography, this is where so many celebrities falter. You often catch glimpses of fatigue, stiffness, or that subtle "I'm performing right now" tension that creeps into the eyes or jawline. Not here. Tian Xuning's gaze was calm and steady, her expression soft yet completely natural, like someone who's comfortable in her own skin rather than trying to sell an image. There was zero forced come-hither energy, no exaggerated pout or wide-eyed innocence manufactured for the lens. It felt authentic, almost intimate, in the best possible way. I found myself thinking how rare it is to see that level of emotional steadiness under such unforgiving lighting. It made the entire set feel less like a celebrity performance and more like a genuine encounter with someone who simply knows who she is. That sense of relaxed confidence is, to me, the secret sauce that makes her stand out so dramatically in a sea of similar red carpet moments. We've all seen the overly posed shots that look incredible from a distance but completely fall apart the second you zoom in. The forced angles, the held breath, the slightly strained smile, they start to feel exhausting rather than enchanting. True, lasting appeal on the red carpet comes from something deeper, genuine emotional regulation, authentic body language, and that hard-to-define quality of self-assurance that can't be faked. Tian Xuning's unique charm lies exactly there. Her demeanor has this cool yet gentle quality, calm without being cold, elegant without being aloof. She seems to hand herself over to the moment instead of fighting to control every pixel. The camera doesn't feel like an adversary she's battling, it feels like a collaborator she's comfortable with. That subtle difference creates this incredible rewatchability factor. In a feed full of identical, high-gloss looks that blur together after a while, her photos linger because they feel personal. They invite you to look closer rather than pushing you away with artificial perfection. Personally, I love that about her. It makes the whole experience feel more human, more relatable, even though she's operating at this elevated level of celebrity and fashion. Once these raw images started circulating, the online conversation quickly crystallized around one powerful takeaway that resonated with so many people: high-level beauty and star power don't need layers of heavy editing to captivate an audience. Sure, retouching can create those jaw-dropping wow moments that stop the scroll instantly, but they rarely hold up under repeated viewing or closer inspection. Maintaining visual integrity in truly unfiltered, high-stakes photography, on the other hand, reveals something much more substantial: a combination of innate bone structure, disciplined self-care routines, thoughtful styling choices that actually work with your body, and, most importantly, that irreplaceable personal charisma that no filter can replicate. In my opinion, this is where real star quality shows itself. It's not just about looking good in one perfectly lit shot. It's about consistently presenting a version of yourself that feels cohesive, confident, and completely at ease no matter how close the camera gets. At a time when red carpet aesthetics are starting to feel increasingly homogenized, same body shapes, same posing formulas, same filtered glow, this set from Tian Xuning delivered a much-needed reminder of a more grounded, realistic approach to beauty and presence. It's almost revolutionary in its simplicity. Instead of obsessing over making every single frame artificially flawless, focus on mastering your most authentic, harmonious self. Standing strong in raw, filter-free conditions isn't about perfection, it's about trusting your natural strengths and embracing an inner ease that lets the best parts of you shine through naturally. That message hit me on a deeper level because I've watched the industry evolve over the years. We've moved from an era of obvious retouching to one where authenticity is becoming the new luxury. Tian Xuning's photos feel like a perfect embodiment of that shift. They don't scream for attention, they quietly demand it through sheer substance. For anyone who's ever felt overwhelmed by the pressure of perfection online or in real life, Tian Xuning's raw moment serves as a beautiful, inspiring example. You don't have to be flawless to be unforgettable. You just have to be fully, unapologetically yourself.